It's the oldest war inside the human heart. It started long before the world was torn apart. Two forces pulling always at the soul. One wants the throne, the other wants to be made whole. Pride says climb higher, humility says kneel. Pride says perform now, humility says be real. Pride says be seen now, humility says be still. And in the silence, one of them bends to God's will. We walk through every day of this, and here is what rang true: that pride is just a prism dressed in everything brand new. And humility is not a weakness, not a small and broken thing. It's the posture of the greatest, it's the song the humble sing. Moses laid his Egypt down and found out who he was. The man in the back of the temple found forgiveness just because. The disciples at the table had their pride undone when the King of all creation knelt and served them everyone. Pride versus humility, the battle every soul must face. Pride versus humility, and only one of them leads to grace. Pride says your name should be remembered, humility says let his name be heard. Pride builds a tower to the heavens, humility just stands upon his word. And the word says whoever lifts himself will find himself brought low, and whoever humbly kneels before God will rise and overflow. Pride versus humility, and I know which one I choose. Pride versus humility, when I look at him I know which one to lose. The nearer that you get to the light of who he is, the more you see the parts of you that still belong to this. The pride you didn't know you had, the throne you didn't name, the quiet competition and the hunger for the fame. But the nearer that you get to him, the more the grace flows in. And the more the grace flows in, the less you need to win. Because he places his own mark, not on the great and proud, but on the ones whose hearts are his, who never need a crowd. I don't want the tight fingers of pride wrapped around me. I don't want to be the Pharisee praying in plain sight. I want to be the servant in the back of the room, whispering, God, be merciful to me and make the darkness light. I want the humblest life, like Moses in the desert. I want to look at Jesus till my pride has nowhere left to stand. I want to lay it all down, every title, every trophy, and live inside the grace of his wide open hand. Pride versus humility, the battle every soul must face. Pride versus humility, and only one of them leads to grace. So lay it down, every tower, every crown. Let the pride and the pretending hit the ground, and look at him, let your eyes stay fixed on him. Because the humblest heart is where the greatest life is found. Pride versus humility, I choose humility. I choose to look at him and finally be free. Finally be free. 6 days of lessons, one beautiful truth: that Jesus is greater than the pride in you and me. So bring it all down and look at him. Bring it all down and let the humble life begin. Bring it all down. Pride versus
fingers of pride. You don't even feel it when it first takes hold. It's gentle as a whisper, it's subtle as the cold. It wraps around your thinking like a vine around a wall, so slow you never notice till you're standing for a fall. The tight fingers of pride, they don't announce their name, they just quietly rearrange the way you play the game. They tighten when you're threatened and they tighten when you're praised, and before you know it, you're living in a haze. It started in the highest place before the world was made, when the brightest light in heaven let the love of self invade. And if it found a foothold in that holy sacred space, then I should not be surprised when I feel it in this place. Because the tight fingers of pride, they work from deep inside. They dress themselves in confidence and call themselves your guide. They tell you that you earned it, tell you that you're owed. They tighten every time you walk a little further from the road. The tight fingers of pride won't let go on their own. They hold what they've taken like a dog holds a bone. They'll squeeze out the grace and they'll squeeze out the lie, till everything good in you is just out of sight. So open your hands and let someone in. Let God reach the places where pride has been. Because the tight fingers of pride lose their grip and their power when you fall to your knees in your most honest hour. My possessions and my talents and the life I have built with care don't belong to me the way I like to think they're there, because the God who gave the sunrise gave the air I breathe today. And the tight fingers of pride wanna take that truth away. They want me to believe it's mine to own and mine to keep. They want me to stop listening when the still small voice speaks. But everything I have was placed here by your gracious hand, and the tight fingers of pride have no right to what he planned. Lord, I feel it in the way I need to be right. I feel it in the way I need to be seen. I feel it in the quiet competition I run between who I am and who I think I should be. These fingers have been holding things they never should have touched. These fingers have been claiming things that were never mine. So I'm asking you to loosen every grip that pride has made and fill the open space with something better than my name. The tight fingers of pride won't let go on their own. They hold what they've taken like a dog holds a bone. But God is in the business of breaking every chain, of opening every fist and healing every strain. So open your hands and let someone in. Let God reach the places where pride has been. Because the tight fingers of pride lose their grip and their power when you fall to your knees in your most honest hour. Let go, let go. Feel the fingers start to open. Let go, let go. Let the grace rush in. Let go, let go of the pride you've been holding. Let go and breathe again. Let go. And breathe again. And breathe again.
It's the easiest thing in the world to believe that the life you have built is the life you should lead. That the good you have done is enough on its own. That the man in the mirror is fully at home. But know yourself, know yourself. Look a little longer than you usually do. Know yourself, know yourself. Because the mirror shows more than the version of you that you show to the room. Two men walked in with two very different hearts. One was so certain, the other fell apart. One The broken one went home that day made right, because knowing yourself means knowing you need the light. It means standing in the back when the back is where you are, and being honest about the distance and how far. Know yourself, not the version that you show when the people are around. Know yourself, the one that only God in quiet moments have found. Because the closer that you come to the one who made you whole, the more you see the places that still need His control. And the more you see those places, the more grace begins to flow. So know yourself, and let Him into where you need to go. The nearer that I get to His light, the more I see every shadow, every corner, every part of me that I had dressed up nicely and presented to the crowd that I had told myself was fine and told myself out loud. But He is faithful and He's just, and He does not turn away from the honest broken person with nothing left to say, except Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord on me. And that is all the entry that you need. You don't need a script, you don't need a plan, you don't need to show up looking better than you can. You just need to stop performing for a room that isn't there, and bring the real unpolished version of yourself to prayer. Because the God who formed you knows you, and He loves you as you are. He's not surprised by any wound or any scar. He just wants the honest you, the one without the gloss, the one who knows they need the grace that came out of the cross. Know yourself, not the version that you show when the people are around. Know yourself, the one that only God in quiet moments have found. Because the closer that you come to the one who made you whole, the more you see the places that still need His control. And that is not bad news, that is the best news you have heard, because He meets you in that honesty and keeps His word. So know yourself, and let Him do what only He can do. Know yourself, and let Him love the real and honest you. God, be merciful to me, that's enough. God, be merciful to me, that is enough. And somehow in that honesty, everything changes. Everything changes. Know yourself, and let Him in.
He stood in marble halls with the world beneath His feet, with the wisdom of a nation and an empire at His seat. They called Him mighty, called Him great, called Him learned in every way. And the throne of all of Egypt was a single yes away. Moses, humble servant, who could have seen it coming? Moses, humble servant, walking away from everything, with a greater thing becoming. He saw people suffering, and something in him stirred, a pull that went beyond the palace walls and what he'd heard. And he walked away from comfort, walked away from gold and fame, and into 40 years of desert, and he never was the same. Moses, humble servant, learning in the wilderness. Moses, humble servant, trading Egypt's glamour for the God who would not let him rest. showed us how the mighty fall into the arms of God and rise as something greater still. Oh, Moses, humble servant, doing only what God willed. The burning bush, the plagues of Egypt, parting of the sea, the manna in the morning and the commandments given free. Through every one of those great moments, Moses kept his eyes not on himself and what he'd done, but on the one who split the skies. Moses, humble servant, never took the glory. Moses, humble servant, always pointed to the one behind the burning story. Numbers says it plainly, and I think it still rings true, that the humblest man who ever lived was Moses through and through. Not because he never failed, not because he got it right, but because he kept on kneeling in the middle of the fight. And the lesson that he left us is still calling out today, that the greatest ones are those who learn to get out of the way and let God be the story, let God be the name, and let every burning bush point back to who came. Oh, Moses, humble servant, the mightiest and the meek. Oh, Moses, humble servant, chose the God the world called weak. He laid the crown of Egypt down and picked up something more. He found out that the humblest life is what the great ones are for. Oh, Moses, humble servant, more humble than them all. Oh, Moses, humble servant, showed us how the mighty fall into the arms of God and rise as something greater still. Oh, Moses, humble servant, doing only what God willed, only what God willed.
They had seen the miracles, they had heard the words, they had walked with the Son of God and watched the world be stirred. They had front row seats to heaven breaking into earth, and then they sat debating what their greatness was worth. The greatest offense, the greatest offense is the pride that lives inside the holiest of rooms. The greatest offense, the greatest offense is the weed that grows the fastest in the most well-tended tombs. It doesn't need an audience, it doesn't need a stage, it just needs a quiet moment and a heart that's found its cage. A comparison, a scoreboard, a small internal throne, the feeling that you've earned a little more than you've been shown. The greatest offense, the greatest offense wears the face of someone who has been around the word. The greatest offense, the greatest offense is the sin that goes the longest without ever being heard. God said there is nothing quite as dangerous as this. The pride and self-sufficiency that steals away the bliss of knowing Him and being known and walking close and free. It's the most incurable of all the things that we can be. Because the proud don't know they're proud, that's the cruelest part of all. They're so convinced they're standing, but they never feel the fall. So God, search every corner of the heart I call my own. greatest defense before it turns to stone. Jesus didn't lecture them, he didn't raise his hand. He simply said, I'm here among you, serving as I planned. The king of all creation in an apron with a bow, washing dirty feet to show the posture of the soul. The greatest defense meets the greatest love, right there in that upper room below and up above. The proudest hearts were silenced by a servant on his knees, and the greatest defense finally had nowhere left to be. Lord, I feel it when I bristle at another's praise. I feel it when I need to be the one who gets the gaze. I feel it in the small things, in the way I keep the score, in the part of me that always thinks I should be getting more. This is the offense I carry without knowing that I do. This is the wall I build without knowing it from you. So break it down and humble me in ways I cannot fake, because the greatest offense cost more than I'm willing to take. God said there is nothing quite as dangerous as this. The pride and self-sufficiency that steals away the bliss of knowing him and being known, and walking close and free. So take the greatest offense and remove it far from me, because I want the closeness more than I want the crown. I want the upper room more than the highest seat in town. So search every corner, God of the heart I call my own, and remove the greatest offense before it turns to stone. Remove it before it turns to stone. Remove it, turns to stone.
Dum 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 dum. I've been circling myself like a question with no end. I've been trying to untangle every fault and every bend. I've been pulling at the pride like a knot that won't undo, till someone said stop looking at yourself and look at who. Look at him, look at him, the one who left the throne to walk among the low. Look at him, look at him, and watch what happens when you let your eyes go. He was God but wore our skin without a word of complaint. He was king but knelt to wash the feet of sinner and of saint. He was everything in heaven but he chose the lowest place. He was mighty beyond measure but he met us face to face. Look at him, look at him, the one who could have stayed but chose to come. Look at him, look at him, the servant and the Savior and the Son. Look at him and watch the pride begin to fall. Look at him, he's greater than it all. Look at him when nothing else is working, nothing's changed. Look at him and let your whole perspective be rearranged, because you will never fix your pride by staring at your pride. You fix it by looking at the one who set his glory aside. So look at him, look at him, just look at him. Philippians says he had it all in his hands, the nature of God and the power of commands. But he didn't hold it tightly, he let go of the height. He humbled himself all the way to the darkest night. Look at him, on the cross with his arms open wide. Look at him, look at him, he gave up everything so we wouldn't have to hide. When I see him, really see him, every version of my greatness starts to fade. When I know him, truly know him, I stop fighting for the front of the parade. I stop needing to be noticed, I stop clinging to my name, because the one who hung the stars chose to carry all my shame. And something in me changes, something in me breaks, something in me opens, and the pride starts losing its place. Look at him and watch the pride begin to fall. Look at him, he's greater than it all. fix your pride by staring at your pride. You fix it by looking at the one who set his glory aside. So look at him, and keep on looking till the looking changes you. Look at him, till all you want is to be close to what is true. Just look at him. Just look at him. Just look at him. Turn your eyes away from yourself and turn your eyes to the one who is worth it, the one who is worthy. Turn your eyes and look at him.